Okay. So what we're going to do is, for those who may not, I know a lot of folks didn't really know what a vision board was, but this is a vision board. And people say, oh, it's jumbled up, but you will have a lot of jumbled up stuff on it. You want to have it where, and the purpose of this event is, I'm going to start off and do my introduction first. I'm Walisha Wilson. I'm the founder of New Life Second Chance Outreach. Thank you all so much for joining us. The purpose of tonight's event, even though it's open to the public, but the purpose is specifically to support people who are just as involved or formerly incarcerated with their goals and their vision, set their goals to implement and obtain the goals necessary to be successful in your reentry and return home from incarceration. So I know a lot of times people don't really hear or go to vision board parties, but most time you go to vision board parties, it's a lot of folks sitting around, they're clipping pictures of cruise ships because they want to go to Paris, they want to do this. But sometimes it's a little different when you're just getting home, or you've been home for the first year or 3 years, or even 10 years, because I struggled for 10 years after I got out of prison with homelessness and unemployment. So what my vision board, I attempted to go to a vision board party probably about 6 months after I got out of prison, and I ended up leaving because I felt so out of place with what other folks were doing. It was like, I want to buy a house. I want to have $100,000 saved in my account within 5 years. And I'm thinking, I don't even got a job. So it was then when I said, you know what, they need to have vision board parties for folks who are formerly incarcerated. And a few of the things that I have here on this on this flyer are some of the things that we, as directly impacted people, our goals are a little different. Yes, we may want to go to Paris. Yes, we want to buy a house, but that may come down the road because we have other things right now that's pressing in the first 6 months or a year, such as we want to obtain housing. We want to find a job, or if we have a job, we want to move into a career. We want to maybe register to vote. We want to be able to pay off our fines, fees, and restitution. We want to be able to get therapy and address the trauma that we've had from being incarcerated. We want to reconnect with or rebuild our familial bonds. Go back to school, or start a business, or grow the business, or start a nonprofit. You may want to get transportation, get you a car. So these are some of the things that I wanted to do when I came home. And as I was sitting in a meeting with everybody talking about, oh, I want to have $100,000 in my savings account by the end of the year. I want to be able to go to Paris in 2 years. I want to be able to have a wedding where I can have 500 guests to my wedding. And I want, my wedding dress to be a $10,000 wedding dress. I was basically sitting thinking, how am I going to pay off $11,000 worth of restitution? How am I going to afford to be able to pay my fines and fees? I'm on probation and I want to be able to vote. So this is where that idea was birthed out of. And I think it is really a good way to be able to set your goals. Everybody's goals are different. And I'm a really firm believer that when you write down your vision and you make it plain, it's a little bit easier for you to understand. It's a little bit easier for you to keep track of and follow. And so what I will do now is I will stop sharing that. And I will start off by showing you all my vision board. So you can see my vision board here. Let me see if I can, probably because of, okay, that's a little bit better. So I divided mine to 6 months and a year. I'm gonna try to, hold on, let me close my blind a little bit. I think maybe because I got too much lighting on. Sun doesn't help. And so my goal, yeah, that's a little bit better. My goal, can y'all see that a little bit better? So I have 6 months goal. So in my 6 months, I want to be able to get bank. That's my coins right there. I want to get my coins. I want to stack my coins a little bit better. I want to do better. I've been really working on my weight, my mental health, my self-care, and just knowing my value and my worth. So I want to be able to focus more on my value and worth. I am in therapy now, which is, I actually have 3 therapists. So I'm in therapy now. That has really helped me, but I haven't gotten where I need to be. So I really want to work on how I value myself. This is sleep. I want to really focus on getting more sleep. On average, I probably sleep 2 to 4 hours a day. I've been out of prison for 10 years, but my body still gets up at 4:50 a.m. And I'm up from 5 o'clock in the morning, sometime to 2 o'clock in the morning working. And when I do decide to try to go to sleep, even though I take meds, I think I fight them, and I'm just not getting enough sleep. And so that's one of my goals, that within the next 6 months, I really want to have my sleep regulated. And I dibble and dabble a little bit in cryptocurrency. In the past 4 months, I've probably invested maybe $400 or $500 in crypto, and I've probably made about $3,000 from it. Investing in a lot of weed market and a lot of technology stuff like Zoom, things that a lot of people are using. I put a lot of my money in stuff that we use every day. I use Instacart 2 or 3 times, maybe 4 times a month. So I definitely have money invested in Instacart, but I really want to be able to. One of my biggest mentors, I'm in his program now, is Wall Street Trapper. I don't know if y'all have heard of him. Guy from used to sell dope, and so I downloaded his class and I watch his videos, but I want to really get better I don't necessarily want to say crypto. Crypto is really unstable. So let me just say stocks, but I couldn't find anything for stocks. I have
Get away from crypto.
Yeah, I have some stuff in crypto, but I kind of just let it sit there. I don't do anything with it. But most of my money is in stocks. But I guess that's just investing. I want to do better at investing. So I'm on Stash and Robinhood. So I want to do more investing. And this says Food Depot. And that just means in the next 6 months, I really, 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 I've been wanting to do it since I got out of prison and before I went to prison. I really want to start a restaurant. I really want to be able to start some type of brunch, or just something that has homegrown food. I've really been wanting to get into either maybe a Black grocery store, or primarily get food items from here in Atlanta. They have this group called From Gangster to Growers, and that's what they did. They were gangsters, and now they actually, instead of doing drugs, selling drugs, they grow food. So I want to do something where the food that I'm selling is coming directly from people who are doing that kind of farming. But I know I want to get into something, whether it's a restaurant or something. And then here's my credit score right now. I have a 711 credit score, which is awesome to me because I was homeless 2 years ago, really struggling. And my credit score was like a 508. So it's a 711 now. I didn't pay anybody to fix it. I just kind of really started paying on my stuff. Now that I have a job, I'm able to pay on stuff. So it's a 711. And I'm hoping that in the next 6 months, it'll be 750. And over here in 1 year, I have an online store called Beautiful Pride where I sell t-shirts. And not just any t-shirts, they're a social justice t-shirt. So with my t-shirts, they speak social justice messages, whether it's about autism, whether it's about ending mass incarceration, whatever it is. And some of the things are really fun on there. But within a year, I want to be able to increase my revenue by 50%. And then in a year, I'm hoping to buy an electric car, primarily because gas is just too high and I'm too big to be on a golf cart riding around. So I want to really work on maybe seeing about trying to get an electric car. I want a puppy, something really small that I can probably carry in my pocketbook, and probably really just for therapy because I really want a puppy. And also I want to travel. I've never traveled outside of the country. And I know Puerto Rico is in the United States, but I want
That's not true.
Huh?
You went to Mexico.
Well, I went to Mexico to have my weight loss surgery, but I didn't really get to enjoy it because I couldn't eat anything. But I want to be able to go somewhere where I can't get there by driving. And so within the next year, I would like to go to Puerto Rico. And then by the end of next year, by this same time next year, I want my credit score to be at the max of 850. And so that is my vision. I'm going to make sure I put it up, and probably as I go through it and check it off, I'm going to put a little check there by it. So it lets me know what it is that I'm aiming for in the next 6 months and what I'm aiming for in the next year. All righty. Okay, Robert, your hand is up. So you ready to share yours next? Or you have a question?
No, I had a quick question. I was just wondering what type of research did you do before you got into crypto?
I really spent about 3 months. I did a lot of Googling. And what I did was I downloaded the Robinhood and Stash because I really didn't want to get into crypto. I wanted to really get into the stock market. And but somebody else was doing it. I was going through this program and they were really doing crypto. So he kind of told me to get on Coinbase. But before I really started putting money into it, I was going to these classes, and inside of the apps, they have education about what a crypto is and what it, so I didn't rush into anything. I took about 3 months to read, and anybody can download the Robinhood if you want to invest. I personally am not going to do crypto. I probably lost about $600 in crypto. I just put the money on there and all I see is going down, down, down. It's very volatile. So I just haven't put any more money on there.
Have you been able to take any money out? Like, have you actually taken any money out? Because I hear that's when the hang up happens.
I wasn't monitoring it. I just completely forgot I had Coinbase. And I figured I'll just leave it there and hopefully it'll just go up. And I happened to look into my app one day and I'm like, where my $600 at? And it was down to like $45. So I called a man, like, give me my $45. And he was like, you have to have so much for you pull out or whatever. So I was like, I ain't worried about it. So I'm just
that's why I don't trust crypto. And part of it is because I hear that the problem comes when you try to get the money out.
Yeah.
When you try to cash it in.
That was a wasted 600, but I really started spending more time on stock market. And once I paid, it was like an $800 class, but he had it going for $97. And so I signed up for the Wall Street Chapter class, and he takes you step by step by step. And with that, breaking it down and also looking into my Robinhood app where it'll tell you certain things to read on. But yeah, I took about 3 to 4 months to actually read. I watched a lot of YouTube videos. Yeah. And there's this, but if you're really into crypto, there's this girl on YouTube called Crypto Casey. So she has a step-by-step guide that tells you how to protect, how to open up a Proton mail email, how to protect your computer, to make sure you don't use any email that you've used online. So she really goes through the process, but I prefer the stock market.
You said you lost 600, but you made 3,000.
I made the 3,000 on the stock market.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So with that, I just put 500 on there and started just buying stuff. So I probably bought all of the weed index, where you just put money in there and they kind of break it up between all of those. And stuff that I use a lot, like Kroger, Instacart, Lyft. I love Papa John's, so I put a little money in Papa John's, Netflix, stuff that I use. And I see now because of the pandemic that it's being used a lot. Anything that has to do with technology is being used a lot. Anything that has to do with delivery services, that's just where I've been putting my money. So when I went in, I would see that where I had money at, it would go up and it'll say this went that, or it's only been one time that I've had to sell something because people were like, sell. And I went in and sold and actually made some money. But I love it. And I haven't really been getting into it like I should. And I haven't been able to watch my videos like I should. But yeah, that's what I definitely want in the next 6 months. I want to be able to say, even when the next year, that I made 10,000 off invested in the stock market. So, yeah. So who's ready to share their next one?
Well, since I'm already open, I guess I'll I guess I'll show mine.
Okay.
Man, now I did this kind of last minute with what I had. So
okay.
And mine is to be honest, mine is just, let me see if y'all can see this.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna see if y'all now. Mine deals with really my mental approach to things right now.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So all of these really symbolize that, like the T-Rex.
So is there a timeline? First, is there a timeline that you had in mind? 3 months, 6 months, 1 year?
No, this is just continuous. This is just like the mindset I need to stay in
right now. Okay.
Right. Because to me, that's the most important thing, because, as you know, when you're in a situation where you're struggling, you know, your mind can start playing tricks on you when when it gets overwhelming, when it seems like it's overwhelming. So you want to kind of remind yourself. So the T-Rex represents ferocity.
Okay.
Ferocious, you know, so it's like, well, I have to attack life and success ferociously. You know, I have to have that mindset, like, you know, I gotta have this. I gotta be like a T-Rex is on one of them other little dinosaurs. He just chewing his ass up, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, this guy up here, the disabled guy, he represents determination and will.
Okay.
Because you can see he don't have no legs and no hands, but yet he's in the gym lifting weights.
Oh my goodness. Yes.
Working out. Right. So that's determination for real.
Okay.
Right. And so the guy running here is moving forward. Stay moving forward.
Yes.
You know, don't look back. He's not looking back to see who's behind him. He's just running. And these two pictures here, the lady, the words really speak. You know.
Okay.
Total control.
Total control.
You know,
okay.
Have control over your thoughts. Have control over. You can't control what's going to happen, but you can control how you're going to respond to it.
Yes, and I've had to learn that myself.
Right. And so, and this guy here represents, he's standing in the midst of fire, but he's okay.
Oh, I like that.
But he's okay. So he is the fire has kind of like refined him, all the hard struggle, and he turns out okay in the midst of fire.
Okay. Oh, I like that. I like that. That's completely different than having your goals. I really like the mindset part of it. I like that.
I have a comment though.
Okay. Yes.
I love your vision board. But I do have to say, and this is coming from a place of difficulty with my own stuff. I think that having that vision of the mindset is great. But I also think that it's very difficult. It was very difficult for me to do, but you also need to come up with the goals and what you're moving forward towards, what you're moving to, because you have to know what you want your total response, controlled response to be. Like, why do you have it?
You're
or
right.
maybe right there where you have your vision board and you have that picture, Robert, where you say moving forward. Maybe you could do 2 bullet points of 2 things that you want to move forward towards, whether it's housing, employment.
Right. Well, that's exactly what I do have that as far as goals that I want, but it's just like you were saying earlier. You were like, oh, I want to go to Paris, I want to do this, I want to do that. It's like, man, you ain't even got a job yet.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm in that. I'm coming from that place with it. I do have goals. I do have things. I do want to open a school.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
I mean, of course you do. We know that, but like, so I was reading about how to do this because my vision board is pretty piss poor. I just did it on a PowerPoint, but like, I really don't know what my goals are. Like, I have things that I want to do, but when you start prioritizing your goals, that shit is hard to figure out. And so I love Alicia's timeline. And like, I think for you, Robert, and you know, you can tell me to fuck off if you want. That's totally fair. But like, yeah, have your travel in the like whatever 1 year or however long, but then have like your get a job, then the next thing, get a fulfilling job, or you know, that kind of stuff. I mean, because when I was reading about how to do a vision board, and like they said there were two things that were
well, I do. I want to get.
You had an awesome. I actually like that idea of the mentality board. I like that.
I know. I love it.
Yeah, I love it.
I've never seen
it. I don't know if everybody else see it, but on my phone.
Yeah, I've never seen it, and I just think Two, even if you have that, if you make a mentality board, you can always still make a separate vision board. Or like I said, besides each one of those pictures, make 2 bullet points. So when you said something about being ferocious, put 2 bullet points of what you're going to be ferocious about. The man standing in the fire means you're tenacious. You're not going to let whatever you're going through now overwhelm you. Put 2 bullet points there, so you can still have yours combined as your mental board and your vision board all combined together. So
yeah, I love the idea of the mental. I mean, like, I feel like I'm getting hung up on the vision and goals part, but I feel like what you did of like helping your mindset,
and that is true, because
awesome.
you really, to be honest, when you say I want to get a job, I want to hit my credit score, I want to get housing, you can't do any of that if your mind ain't right. You know, so so hey, if that's the way he's rolling with it, I like it and I support it. All right.
And I want to second that too, as far as like the mindset aspect of it, because if we don't manifest it first up here, and if our minds is cluttered and it's just a lot going on, sometimes we do have to take those moments to be like, okay, let me remember to be like this. Let me remember to focus. Let me remember to believe in myself. Let me remember not to allow everything that I went through dictate where I'm going. Like, we have to have those moments of reflection to really set our mind right. So regardless of what we want physically, if we mentally not equipped to even like feel like we can have that stuff to accomplish it, like it's pointless. So it definitely, I mean, I can appreciate the vision board where he's focusing on his mental first and foremost. The physical stuff is stuff. The mental, once we get our mental right, I feel like we can manifest anything. I'm actually reading a book about manifestations. So
we'll see. Let me just say this really quick. The reason why is because my personality type, I had an issue growing up with my self-image. You know what I mean? And so it always caused me to get in trouble. You know what I mean? So, and it was always thoughts that was going through my head or something like that sparked everything. So, you know, I always have to make that extra, I have to be extra cautious.
Oh, I definitely understand. You don't need to explain. I like it. I love it and I like it. And I'm hoping that in a year, if you show it to me, I'm excited to see where it's going to go from there. So who wants to share next, Andrea or Ivan?
Can I just say one more thing? Is that I do love the visualization of the mindset that you want to have, because I think a lot of times when you're like overwhelmed, you can recall a vision much more easily than you can recall like words to help you get to that vision, if that makes sense. I love it.
So Ivan had already bragged on he wanted to go digital. So we're going to save him for last. So Andrea, do you want to show us yours?
Sure. You know what? I restarted my computer and I did not bring it up. So let me bring it up.
And see, she went digital also. It was the time thing, and I didn't have the materials, unfortunately. It was just a whole other factor. But I'm actually going to do something physical because I know it helps to have something tangible that you can place and actually see.
Oh, you good.
I probably just put it as my screensaver because I got it on my I'm on my tablet.
That's a great idea.
That would be something.
Oh, okay.
To see.
Okay. How do I share it?
You should be able to share. Just hit the green button at the bottom.
Oh, share screen. Okie doke. Okay, can y'all see it?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna go with the big middle part because my dad is not here right now. I'm basically
question, same thing I asked Robert. Did you have a time limit with yours? 6 months, year, 2 years?
Yeah, because the thing that you sent out, it said like within 3 years.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, ideally I would like to do all of this, you know, in the next month, but that's not the way that I work personally. It takes me forever to get one thing done. So I have this thing right here because I'm the sole caregiver for my dad who has Alzheimer's. and he's getting a little bit worse. And for me personally, I have to remember, I have to learn and remember how to deal with him with patience and empathy and grace. And, you know, so they look happy, they look content, they look like they don't have any regrets or, yeah, towards each other. And so I want to make sure that I care for my dad without having, of course I'll have regrets, but I don't want to have any major regrets. Like I know I'm going to regret, oh, I shouldn't have said that, but I don't want to have like, well, that last year and a half, I should have done blah, blah, blah. I don't want to have that kind of regret. I mean, I'm going to make mistakes for sure. And then, so I cheated here. These were the first two that I did with this intentional growth, and then this find a therapist. It's a vision board. And so, oh, and this was the second one I did, third one I did. It's the vision board when I used words, and I'm not supposed to, but what I meant with this is like, I need to find a therapist. Any therapist has been something I've wanted to do for a long time. I tried to do it. The therapist like kept changing the time. It was COVID, and I never like got back on that horse to make those appointments. And it's other people can do that kind of stuff so easily. And I know it sounds like I sound inept. I know that I'm competent in other areas of my life, but this kind of stuff, it's very difficult for me to, for whatever reason, to do. This intentional growth, this is just something that I have on my mind. Like I like in the last 5 years, things have happened to me that have forced me to grow. And I realized that I had been in a place where I was growing intellectually, but not necessarily in the rest of my life. So I was in graduate school, so I was learning a ton, but I wasn't necessarily becoming a fuller human being. And I would like to be able to, like Robert said, respond to what things happen. I want to be able to respond in a like fuller, more mature, more forward-looking way. Down here, these things are like home improvement projects. I really like doing home improvement stuff, like laying floors. I did that in our attic, but the house really needs to be painted, and like really needs to be painted. So I need to get that done. That's like a major thing that I need to do. This is just, I want to read more, and by read more, I don't even mean read, but like listen to more books. I listen to podcasts, political podcasts all the time, but I'd like to get more into the world of like nonfiction and fiction as well. This is travel. Just I have on my plate right now. I want to go see a friend who is in San Diego. She's one of my best friends ever, and I want to go see her, and I want to meet her son. I haven't gotten to meet her son yet. This is I want to go back to school and try to. I have like I have a master's in public policy and finance, but I want to get a master's in public administration, which is, I just have to add some more classes, but that's like the more highly regarded degree. And then down here is the Fundraise for NewLife-Second Chance outreach. And that's like, write those letters that I've been talking about and asking about. When Dale Capilouto, when he was talking to us about that was immensely helpful that one day when he was giving us that kind of impromptu lesson. And so I want to get that done, because I do feel like one of the things that I can do for this, I'm hoping that one of the things that I can do for NewLife-Second Chance outreach is to help, you know, not major funds, but like find some people who have some extra cash to give every month. And I think that's everything.
Yeah. Okay. You did good. You have to show me how to do a vision board on PowerPoint. I really like that. And thank you so much for always thinking about NewLife-Second Chance. We really do need some funding. We need an office space, and we need some funding. We do this work for free. We volunteer our time, the time that we put into these events, the monies that it costs to run the program, whether it's the phone, and sometimes if we're helping people and we don't have donations, we come out of our own pockets doing it. So, and we've been doing this since 2014. So we definitely need some help. And it's great to know that that's something that you put on your vision board. I really, really appreciate that.
It's near the top of my mind most of the time. But I don't know, Robert or Ivan, do you guys have any comments and or criticisms or suggestions?
No criticisms. Yours actually look better than mine, even though mine's is digital. Mine's look kind of plain. But I definitely
mine is copyright infringement all over the place. So
hey,
I could never show this to anyone else.
Well, I like how you got the little shadows behind the pictures. But I just encourage you, like, don't give up. Like, you have these visions. We all have these visions, and we can make certain things happen. Certain things, you know, in life, we can't dictate how it happens. But like you said, we can how we deal with certain things. But having a vision, having something to look forward, work toward, I just encourage us all. I mean, we've been through a lot. I mean, I don't know everybody's story. I went through a whole hell of a lot, and I made it on the other side. I'm out. You know what I mean? So I remind myself every day. And one of the things that I tell people that I encounter, they be like, "How you doing?" I'm like, "Hey man, I'm great. I'm awesome. I woke up this morning." And I said, "We woke up this morning." I say, somewhere somebody didn't have the opportunity to wake up, and one morning we not gonna wake up. So I'm great. And that's the energy that I give and I try to have throughout the day. So, but yeah, your boy is awesome.
I just wanted to show you this one little thing. That's the way that I got the pictures doing the background stuff. So you just click on the picture and then go to style, and you can do, I mean, this is all pre-done stuff. I didn't do anything special. I
got you.
Had to do this in library school. So
kind of click, yeah. Well, yours still look better than mine. Mine is coming up.
I'm excited to see it.
Well, I just want to say one thing. You mentioned about your dad and Alzheimer's, and I just went through that with my mom. My mom passed away last year. May she rest in peace. She had Alzheimer's. My dad had Alzheimer's. My cousin Mutu had it. My Aunt Nellie had it. My Uncle Fred has it. My Uncle James has it. So it runs heavy in my family. So it's
no joke.
No, it's Alzheimer's is like that shit is crazy because I watched my mom disappear right in front of me.
Right.
I just watched her literally disappear while she was standing right there. And that's hard. It's hard to deal with, but I just want to let you know that I do sympathize with you.
Thank you.
That's a very hard thing to deal with.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Well, thank you. Michael, do you want to share yours?
Do I need to unshare?
Yeah, you got to unshare. Stop sharing.
Stop share. Got it. Thank you.
Michael, did you bring one to share?
What's going on, y'all?
Hey, did you bring something to share, or are you just listening in?
You know me, I work all the time.
Okay.
I got a plan I wrote out a while back, but I didn't make that. So I'm always planning and trying to get out the mud. That's why I love these meetings. So I get to hear people in the same situation. So it encourages me. Okay. I don't know if you can hear me. I know it's loud. I apologize.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. Well, we're going to go ahead and let Ivan go so you continue to listen in. And thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
All righty.
Y'all awesome.
Well, thank you. We try to do our best. All right, Ivan, we ready for you.
All right, Mike, stay safe out there, brother. Let me see. Share content. Hold on. So I share it first. Let me see my screen. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do the screen. Okay, boom.
There
So
you
you
go.
see the screen.
Uh-huh.
All right.
And where did you do, what platform did you do yours on?
That's
Canva.
great.
On where?
Canva.
Oh Lord, here's another Canva person. I need Canva is good for everything. Okay, I like that. All right. So
Yeah.
explain to us first, what's your time? Is there a timeline?
So my timeline, I'm 45. I want to have these things accomplished by the time I'm 50.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I'm on I'm not meant to go back and read the specifics of the criteria for the time for the board. I don't know if you had like a specific.
No, it's
So so right now, I paroled out. I stay in Noonan. I paroled out to my mother's house. It's my mother and my stepfather. So I do have. I want a house. I want a nice house. I want something. This is not even grand enough, but it's nice. I want a house.
Okay.
So between now, say the next 5 years, I'm gonna have a substantial house. I don't want just any house. Even though I can live in anything, staying in the cell, but I want something nice. And my sister has a nice house. My mom, them have a nice house. Like my family have nice houses. I want me a nice house.
Okay.
So we're gonna go here. So I actually can write. I've started on a book or two while I was locked up, so I know that I can do it. So I want to write and publish at least 3. I mean, who knows what'll come out once I start. But I want to write and publish.
That's amazing.
Definitely. This right here, learning to love. So, prison is crazy. And, I did 12 and a half years this time. Before that, I've done 10 years. So I'm 45 and I've spent almost 23 years of my adult life incarcerated. So my emotions are crazy. Like, and you're in prison, you're surrounded by a bunch of dudes, the intimacies and the love and the compassion, all this stuff goes out the window because you're surrounded by a bunch of dudes. So for years, I didn't get to interact like that. And I had to put up this shield and this facade. And now being back out in the world, now I have to learn how to accept love. I have to learn how to accept women, or the one special woman, because I had and this might be TMI, but I had a situation where I had to get over this addiction with sex. And but just really learning how to love or learning how to accept love. Okay. Both. I need to learn how to do both.
Yeah. I don't know how to accept love or compliment. So that is hard. People have a hard time with it. It feels funny. Yeah, it feels funny, especially when you're a giver. You're always giving. It really feels selfish sometimes to receive, or you don't feel like you're worthy of receiving. So yeah, I hear you on that.
Yeah. So peace. And this kind of coincides with like spirituality too. Like I want to find my spiritual peace. I still have a lot of different thoughts rambling around in my head daily. My inner self, I don't feel like I'm 100% at peace, but I'm working on it. And acknowledging that I need to work on it is like half the battle. So, a lot of people walk around, ain't nothing wrong with me. No, you got to acknowledge that shit first and foremost. Yeah. And then you start working toward it. And so that's that one. All right, so this is what a profitable account looks like. I trade also. I just got into options trading.
Oh,
and this is options. I know you was talking about Wall Street Trapper. I know him, Aristotle. I don't know these people personally, but I follow them. So I just immerse myself in information. I read, I watch the videos, and then I just started doing. Like I have cryptocurrencies. I've actually cashed out currencies for real. I utilize Uphold, Binance, and then I have a Weevil account. And what do I kind of have? But
So you pretty
yeah,
much
I
into
mean,
crypto. You're not really doing a lot of stock. You
no,
mostly do crypto.
I'm loving the options trading now. So I jumped off. I lost like off the top. I'm like, I'm gonna just start, and I didn't have all my information. Yeah, I lost, maybe $100, but I regrouped, and yesterday I did like 172, and then the day I did 200.
Okay. And this is
So
all crypto.
options, no, this is options. This is stock. I ate on
Oh,
a marathon as a stock, and then I did Disney today. I did options
see, I
on
don't know about
Disney and
options. I
marathon.
just put my money in there and I don't know what I'm doing.
So you got to catch the dips. And when it's time to go up, you got to jump in. Options is
Yeah, see, I don't
beautiful.
know how to
Like
read them candlesticks.
that is, it's not easy. If it was easy, everybody would be doing. I would say that.
Yeah.
But so I want to be
I'm
extremely
glad you asked,
profitable.
Alicia, because I didn't know either.
What?
Option?
No,
Oh.
you watch the video options trading, and that's how I started. And
Okay.
yeah, it's I'm gonna make some money. So that's my goal.
We might
have
need to be
a
doing
big
after
team.
this or something. We need to get together where you can do a little training with us, or maybe we all can get together, where there's a group of us that's getting into, I don't want to do crypto anymore, but where we're getting into stock, and showing folks. I have about 15 to 25 formerly incarcerated people that wanted to be in stock that I can call and say, hey,
And
we're going to be doing something on Zoom, join us, and we'll have at least 40 people in this room.
Yeah, and
I can do
Alicia,
some.
that one that you did. Oh, sorry, the one that you did on finance on trading. That was one of the most well attended
Yes.
webinars. So you'll definitely have an audience, Ivan.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop that link
Okay,
too, so y'all
well,
can
I
watch
don't know
that
if
too.
I'm ready to teach yet. I know the basics, but I could have
We
somebody
can learn together.
Okay, absolutely. I'm with it. I screen share. I'm not just talking. I show my successes and losses, and like I said, it's just about being consistent. And the analysis is a big thing. Knowing how to read the charts and knowing when to get in, when to get out, not getting greedy. Letting your emotions, play. So training success. All right, so I got to do a dream car. This is a Lamborghini truck.
All right, then.
Lamborghini truck. I don't know, maybe it's gonna be electric, but I do want something exotic.
Okay.
I'm fortunate enough. I do have a Challenger. I worked on my credit prior to me getting out, so I know how
That's
to
good.
finesse a little bit. So I was able to get me a brand new vehicle with 8 miles on it, fresh off the lot. Now I do owe the bank
That's
some
a good
money.
feeling. I've never had a new car
No,
before
but I
until
owe
last
the
year, and
bank
I
money.
drove off with 6 miles on it, and it was the first car I ever got. Bought it in 21, and it was a 2022, and that's the first time out of my 46 years I have ever driven off the lot with a car, brand new car, less than 10 miles on it. So that is a great feeling, and I try to tell people all the time, while you're incarcerated, people use your social security number. Your credit is jacked up when you get out. So protect your stuff when you in. Have somebody write them credit bureaus and tell them to put a freeze on your stuff, or you write them yourself. Instead of trying to write folks, tell them to send you some money, call Equifax and write them and tell them to put a freeze on your stuff. So when you get out, you can walk out of prison with some credit to get something, because credit, to me now, most people don't even care that you got cash. They want credit. So you're doing good.
Yeah, you definitely have to have some kind of track record.
I'm trying to be like Ivan.
Hey, but I did the car before the house. I kind of did it back because I could have really did something modest, and it wasn't gonna be what I wanted. But I was like, man, I've been locked up, man. I want this car. I want a nice car. I wanted I was gonna do a Camaro, but it was too small. Like when I got in, I don't want it. So I did the Challenger. But now I'm like, okay, now I had that expense paying back my credit union. You know what I mean? So I'm paying $400 a month, paying them back when I could have been utilizing that money for something else. And I could have just paid out cash, for a little piece of something that got me from point A to B.
Okay.
So yeah, I wasn't wise in that decision. But I love my car though, so it is what it is.
Well, I'm jealous. So what else you got down there under the car?
Well, this is my man's right here. I found him. I just Googled in shape dude. So I want to do.
Is that the
my
Tybo
fitness,
guy?
I don't know who he is. It's just
He looked
somebody
like
that's in
Billy
shape.
Blank. He looked like him, but I don't think that's him.
He looked like he's in his 40s or
That's
50s
not
and
him.
he's in good shape.
Billy Blank's not even in shape like that no more.
Yeah.
So I want to be in shape. Essentially, that's what this is. Get in shape, be healthier. The older we get, the more we are prone to have health issues, and we can prevent some of them by being healthier early on, watching what we eat, working out, and doing a little goes a long way.
Yeah.
I know that. And I worked out a lot while I was younger. You know how it is in prison, doing push-ups and belts, pulling up on everything. So muscle has memory. All I have to do is do a little bit and just be consistent and watch what I eat. I got an addiction to ice cream too. So
yeah,
that's mine. And so my last one, I'm boring y'all. I have aspirations to be a motivational speaker.
Okay.
This is your boy, Tim Robbins. So I feel like I definitely have a life story, a testimony. And especially if I accomplish these things, or when I accomplish these things on there, and coming from where I came from, I want to be able to motivate and encourage people to not let their past dictate their future. Like we can't hold on to, we got no memories. So let me ask you this: everybody in here was incarcerated, right? Even
not Andrea.
Andrea wasn't incarcerated.
Yeah.
Okay. I try to put that on you. So, but one of the biggest things, not having your freedom and being incarcerated and just dealing with the injustice of prison. Like you a number, you inmate, you prisoner, you convict, and it's the worst feeling in the world. And everybody's been locked up. We had them nights where you was hungry, you felt like you wasn't loved. You was like, man, damn everybody. You was mad at everybody. But it came where I had to have a realization, or where I said, listen, man, I put myself in it. I screwed up, I made bad choices, and I took myself away from the people that love me. I did that. I'm not there to be a brother. I'm not there to be a son. I'm not there to be an uncle. I'm not there to be a cousin. I took myself away from everybody. And once I realized that and I let all that bitterness go, it took some years. You know what I mean? It took some years not being in the pity, to let the pity party thing go. But I had to just let all that go and just embrace my errors and say, okay, listen, I'm not going to let this be the thing that defines me as a person. I'm going to push forward. I'm going to be somebody. I'm going to work my security down, and I'm going to finesse my way out of prison. I had 35 years. I I started off at close security at the worst prison in Georgia. I was fighting my case. I was appealing and new trial, and all that wasn't working. But over here, I was still working my way down. I was taking all the programs. I was signing up and just doing details. And eventually I got down to minimum security and ended up at a work release program and ended out on the street. So.
Okay.
Now I got a lot of parole. I had to parole out, but I'm not incarcerated. And if I tell somebody I had 35 years, I was sentenced this in 2009. They were like, how do you get out? So,
this was awesome. This was awesome. So what I'm going to do, if y'all don't mind, if I can figure out how to stop sharing, because I want to be able to take a screenshot of this and share this. But my little picture is up here. Why? I don't know.
I want to say, because it's on my screen.
Picture?
I did. It's on my screen. I'm going to stop sharing, but I just want to say down at the bottom of my vision board, I will manifest everything I desire.
Well, move my little picture over some more so I can take a screenshot. Because this right here, move it out the way. Oh, all the way to the left somewhere. Yeah. Okay, I want to take a screenshot. Okay, I got that one. Okay. And then we're going to get other folks. Let me get this out the way.
Let me go back to here.
Okay. Let's see here. And then we're going to get Robert to hold his up so I can take a picture of his, and then we'll let Andrea share hers. and then we'll do the spin the wheel. This has been really good. This is why I really be wanting to have something in person, because I think this would have been so much better in person.
Absolutely.
But it's really good. Let's see.
Can
here.
I just say I love the big teeth that gotta be ferocious. I love that.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I like.
We gotta remember that too, because I can't say for Andrea, but I know people, being that we've been in prison, sometimes we'll shy away from certain stuff, or like, I've been got out of that. I'm sorry, so I got out of that, but initially I was like that, and I felt like everybody knew I had just got out of prison. But then once I realized that, let me just be my charming self.
How long you been out?
You know, I left the work release. I left the transitional center in October. I left actual prison back in last January. I went to the transitional center. I stayed at the transitional center from January to October.
So you was able to work and save money up and stuff.
Yeah.
So that was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to hold yours up so we can see yours? So I can take a picture of it.
Mine?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You always eating. You came to the last meeting eating. And you be looking, you be eating some good food. Ooh, that's a good shot right there. Hold on. Okay, I got it.
We ain't got to eat no noodles no more.
I know.
No, hey, you know what? I'm gonna tell you the truth.
Andrea, share your screen.
Just piggybacking off of something he said about prison, about how you got to put on, got to put your guards up and all that. That's one of the things I resented the most about prison towards the end of it. I did like most of my prison time was done in California, where I'm from. But I did like 20 years almost total. I did 13 and a half from the 91 to 2004. And then I did 3 years out here in the Georgia prison. That was a new experience. But what I grew to resent the most about prison is it made me act in a way that I didn't necessarily want to be, but you have to be because of the environment that you're in. Y'all know
sheep or a wolf.
Yeah. Sheep or a wolf. Well, the way I always said it, I always said you either predator or you prey. And there's no in between. You one or the other. So, and I did all my time in California maximum security prisons, level 4s. Pelican Bay, Corcoran, Folsom, San Quentin, all the jacked up prisons. So, and another thing too about what you were saying about, I noticed one thing. When I first got out, this is when I really understood the power of words. When I first got out in 2004, I used to refer to myself, I'm just old convict, I'm just old. And I noticed I kept going back on violations. And I think that was a big reason why, because I kept seeing myself as a prisoner, as a convict.
Yeah. And that's why I say language is so important, even as we refer to ourselves. It's hard because when you see people, you be like, oh, I'm an ex-offender, I'm an ex-con, I'm an inmate, but we got to change that mentality. We need to stop using those terms. Felon, that's one of the things I made, and I'm gonna show y'all my t-shirt line because that's what I do. I gotta get myself in. But that is what we gotta change the way we do the way we talk about ourselves, because words are very powerful. So when you go to and that's why I have the words matter, that we are not I'm human, I'm not an ex-con, convict, prisoner, inmate, offender. I'm a doctor, lawyer, professor, entrepreneur. I'm not my past. So these are the type of things that we have on there. And I get so much when I get people that stop me and they'll say, what exactly does that mean? And when they see me wearing these shirts, I educate them and I stop them and I let them know that this is not who I am. It's offensive. It's not recommended that you call me that. And, my name is Walisha. I'm a person, and so I get, that was the purpose of why I started wearing my, the line, to educate people about using the language, even when it comes to folks who are addiction, who've been dealing with substance abuse. It's a shirt in here that says, don't call a person a crackhead, crazy, stuff like that. Those are terms that we should not be calling anybody, because those words stay with you. And if you call a child stupid long enough, they'll start thinking they're stupid. And so when you've been in prison and all you hear is 145-873, come here, or calling a person by their last name, it took me a minute. When I got out, I think probably for the first, and I still get up. It's 10 years for me, and I still get up at 4:50 every morning. My body gets up. But probably for the first 5 years, I still rolled my underwear in my drawers, right? Because you have to have everything tight and right in your drawer when they do inspection. I still had to make sure I got up in the morning and my beds was, and it was a good thing. It's a good habit to have because it helped me keep my stuff clean. But you just get out of that.
Institutionalized.
Yeah. So when you come in, and I was only gone a year, but when I came home, I can remember staying with my sister, and of course I'd be saying, well, can I go in the refrigerator and get me something to drink? Or can I go do this? Or I'm gonna go take me a shower, because I felt like I had to tell somebody where my whereabouts at all times. So we got to get ourselves out of
after
that.
A year? You just did a year, you was like that?
Yeah, because I wasn't used to that. So, it was, where you going? You got to take a shower. You had to write down where you, so even it was a minute. It was really hard for me. And they was like, you ain't got to ask. If you want somebody to refrigerator, go get it. So yeah. And I still have a problem with small spaces because I was in solitary confinement. So I have a problem with being in small spaces. I have a problem having my back turned to a door where I can't see who's coming in. So I'm still dealing with stuff. And after 10 years, I wasn't really going to therapy. And so this has been my first time really going to therapy and committing to it. And
but
so
you know what?
Yeah.
Not everything that we've all picked up from prison is bad. Some of the things, because I know some of the things I picked up just listening to you right there, saying, okay, well, I don't like my back, against the door and stuff. I want to see. In today's world, that's a pretty good thing to have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because all the craziness that's going on. And another thing too that I believe, either we just as a whole, as a society, either we don't know the power of words, because we were taught this thing from when we were kids, this little rhyme we used to say, sticks and stones may break my bones, but names will never hurt me. But we know that's a lie. As adults, we know that's a lie. Words are way more powerful than punches. A good insult will stay with you your whole life. A black eye will heal in a week. But a good insult will last your whole lifetime. It can stay with you your whole life. If somebody tell you something and it's somebody you kind of care about what they say, and they say, like you just said, if you call a kid stupid long enough, they become stupid. They might start believing it, internalize it.
Or if someone you don't even know says something that's particularly lands.
Yeah, words are very powerful.
You won't even remember them, but you'll remember the insult.
Yeah. So I definitely, yeah. And that's just what you think you are. So I thank y'all for this. We got a little bit off topic, but it's always good. Anything is good when you're being inspired. So now it's time to spend for the gift cards. Let's see here. Okay. I'm gonna share my screen, but we know Big Money Ivan, he don't really need it.
Who needs gas? You don't see what gas is?
I know. That's why I was.
It better not be rigged.
I went to the mailbox. I went to the mailbox today, y'all, and on the side of the road at the Batteries Inc., they had all these little golf carts, and I was like, man, would I like to get me a golf cart? Because it takes $60 to fill my truck up. Okay, so we're gonna spin.
I don't get to spin. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, it's all blue, baby. Run it. Run it.
Ivan.
Run it.
We have a winner.
Confetti. I like the confetti.
Ivan will get a $25 gift card, and then we're gonna spin one more time and see.
Andrea.
Andrea.
We have a winner.
So if y'all send me y'all Cash App, I will make sure.
I would like to give my
Don't do what I
reward
was finna do. Don't
to
do what I was
Robert.
finna do. Don't do what I was finna do. Don't do
Okay.
what I was finna do. So I'm giving mine to Robert also.
Okay. So
Oh, he's the real winner.
Ivan has gifted his 25 to Robert. Andrea has gifted her 25 to Robert. And as Andrea, as a board member, I was already going to think about doing it, but it would really help if Andrea supported me. I was just going to double y'all gift cards from 25 to 50. So that means Robert will be getting $100 tonight.
Hold on, I want my gift card back. Nah,
so we will give you, if you send me your Cash App, it'll be coming from New Life Second Chance Outreach, and we will send you $100. Do you have a Cash App?
Yes, I do. Oh man.
Okay. So if you drop it in there, and Andrea, if he drops it in there, can you text it to me? And so we will have it and we will send it to you. You can put it in the chat. Yeah.
Okay.
So
I know y'all didn't come for the little $25 gift card. And we really, like I said, we none of us get paid to do this work. We volunteer our time and we donate our own money. And so, you know, we have folks that are, whether they send $2 or $5, whether you send it to us, however, we do it to support. We just actually raised about $1,300 last year so we can start helping people with their IDs and birth certificates. We also applied through the Georgia Rental Assistance, and we're going to, hopefully within the next couple of months, we'll be able to provide rental assistance. I'm looking for something here in Clayton County where we can actually find office space where we can start doing something in office here near Tar Boulevard where I'm at. So, you know, we got big goals. It's just really hard because I've been like, let me go out here and spend $800 for an office. And I just don't want to keep doing that. So we're always grateful for our supporters, but we definitely could use more help. And when you bless others, God blesses you 10 times. So that was really nice.
I'm going back. I'm going back tomorrow. I'm going back. I'm trading tomorrow. Like, hey, so hold on. Let me just show y'all right quick. I'm gonna show you because you said you trade. I'm gonna share my screen right quick. Let me show you.
So let's end this event first. So we're gonna end this event.
I'm sorry.
We're gonna end it so that way we can stop recording because I want to make sure we upload on YouTube.
Okay.
Wait, may I say something before we end? Another way to support us is to look at the events that we hold and come and attend the events. They're on Zoom, and put in your perspective, please. Yeah. Come and bring your voice.
Yes.
Did you get my Cash App? So
you said M is in Michael, T is in Tom, W-A-D is in dog, A-M.
I'm texting it to you.
L-A-L-J-O-G-O. Is that right?
L-A-L-A-I-J-O-G-O.
What? No, that's a L-A-L. Look in the chat.
It's an L-A capital I. It's a capital I.
Oh yeah, I always make it a lowercase I.
Jogo.
When you send Cash App too, you know, Cash App is not refundable. So if it goes to the wrong person, you don't get it back.
Look, I'm texting you exactly what it is. I just copy and pasted it, and I'm about to text you exactly what it is while they show.
Oh, that's what I'm trying to see if it's 2 L's or not. Okay.
So we're gonna. Then you can tell her what name popped up.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna
or send me a picture of what it looks like or something.
Okay. Can I send a picture in this?
You can show it up on your phone.
Or you can request. You can do a request.
Yeah, request it. Request it from New Life.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, that's easier for me. So you go into your app. Let me go to New Life Second Chance. Go to your app and then go here to request it from us. Let me see ways to donate. So you're gonna go here and you're gonna go to our Cash App, which is our Cash App is that right there. New Life, the number 2 ND Chance.
He can scan the screen. Well, he may be on his phone.
Yeah, I'm on my phone.
Okay.
Yeah. So you just go in there and you send $100 request to New Life Second Chance.
Okay.
And it should come up with our logo, which is a man in a black suit and a red robe in the logo.
Okay.
And also, if something goes wrong, I copied and pasted it from the chat and texted it exactly to Walisha. I just copy and pasted.
All right.
So if it's right in the chat, you'll get it.
Robert, did you get this one though? New Life.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah, new Life Second Chance. I got it. Thank you.
And just send $100 request.
Okay.
Okay. So other than that, thank you all for joining us. Don't go anywhere. I'm gonna stop it in a minute, but thank you all for joining us. And like I said, y'all gonna have to teach us. I'm gonna have to teach us how to do a Canva, and Andrea is gonna have to show us.
I can do Canva. I have no problem. I've mastered Canva.
And I'm in my fellowship now. I'm actually going to California in the next couple of weeks. We have to do a lot of stuff on Canva. As a matter of fact, I gotta try to hire somebody to do some filming for me because I got to come up with a 5-minute film, and I'm gonna be doing that on addressing the slave labor. People went around here from jail doing this free work. So preferably looking for somebody that's formerly incarcerated that do that. But I'm also gonna need some actors, people that I'm gonna pay to kind of do that. So what you
paying?
I just want maybe people to appear in the film. Hold on a minute. Let me close this out. Thank you all so much for joining us. Please visit us at our website at www.nlscoinc.org. Go to our upcoming events. You'll see our upcoming events. This is our last event for the month for Reentry Awareness Month here in Georgia, which is our 6th year getting that granted by the governor. There are also virtual support groups for formerly incarcerated people that I attend on Tuesday nights and Friday nights. Please join us if you're formerly incarcerated, just to come and connect with other folks and supporters. And there's an event there that I'm hosting through my day job at the Southern Center for Human Rights, where we get people out of prison off lengthy and cruel sentences, where we're going to be talking about on August 10th on how and why we should be ending the death penalty, as well as there is groups on there for individuals who are on the sex offender registry. There is a virtual group for tomorrow, people who are on the registry with Restore Georgia's at 6:30. I sit on the board of directors with that. So there are many ways to connect with us, and just send us an email if you'd like to be added to that list if you're formerly incarcerated, and we look forward to you. Again, thank you all so much for blessing us with your vision boards. Thank you, Michael, for joining us even though you're at work. Thanks to our board director, Andrea Atkins, who's always supporting us, and just thank you all so much. Y'all have a great day. I'm gonna stop the recording.